Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Okay, let's go on with lesson 6. So lesson 6 is also about algebraic terms, but now we're going to multiply and divide the terms. In yesterday's lesson, we did addition and subtraction of algebraic terms. Okay, guys, very important in this work is that you know your rules. It is very, very, very important because you can get confused very quickly, and if you don't know your rules really well, then you are not going to be able to do this. Okay, so this is our rules for multiplying and dividing algebra terms. Okay, when we multiply or divide, terms do not have to be the same. Okay, they can be the same, but they don't have to. Now remember, when we add or subtract, the terms have to be the same. So do you see the rules differ? Okay. Second rule, when we multiply and the base is the same, we add the exponents. Guys, this is a base. If we say x to the power of 3, the x is the base. Okay. The base must be the same in order to multiply two terms, and then we are going to add the exponents. When we divide and the base is the same, we subtract the exponents, and when we work with the coefficient, we do as they say. Okay, so if it says we have to divide, then we divide the coefficients. If they want us to multiply them, we multiply them. So that is easy. Okay, guys, you have to know the rules because they differ with the adding and subtracting rules. Okay, let's do an example. X to the power of 3 times x to the power of 4 equals x to the power of 7, because our rule says if we multiply and the base is the same, we're going to add our exponents. Okay, now we divide terms. So this is going to be equal to x5 because when we divide it, we have to subtract the exponents. But very important, the bases must be the same. So 7 minus 2 equals 5. Okay. So here we work with the coefficient of 5 and 2. And our rule says we have to do as they say. And they say we have to multiply them. So 5 times 2 is 10. And then our rule says we have to add the exponents if we multiply the terms, and 3 plus 2 is 5. Here you can see what I did there. Okay, let's do a few examples. Okay, Tabu did the following and he did it wrong. So you have to now redo them, and we have to say or figure out what he did wrong. So over here, we know we have to multiply the 3 and the 5. And 3 times 5 equals 15. So already we see that he added the coefficients and he has to multiply them. Okay, then our rule says here we're going to add the exponents. So that must be x to the power of 8. And he has a 15. So if we compare the answers, we can see that he followed the rules, but he got confused with the rules and applied them to different terms or operations. Okay. This one, 21x3 divided by 7x. Okay, so first, before we look at his answer, 21 divided by 7 is 3. Okay, and when we divide terms, we have to subtract the exponents, and 3 minus 1 is 2. Can you see that he subtracted the coefficients and he just did nothing with the exponent? Okay, so that's wrong. That is why you have to know your rules. Okay, let's do a few more examples. Okay, so 5m 2n3, multiply that with 2m n5. Okay, so we are working with coefficients. Our rule says we have to do as it says, and it says we have to multiply it, and 5 times 2 is 10. Okay, then with this, the rule says if the base is the same, and we see they are the same, we have to add the exponents because we are multiplying. So 2 plus 1, remember there is actually a 1 equals 3. And 3 plus 5 is 8. Okay. Next one. We are going to divide these two terms. So what we do first, we work with the coefficient, and 100 divided by 10 equals 10. Now our rule says we have to minus the exponents because we are dividing it. But the terms, no, the base must be the same, and it is the same. So 3 minus 1 is m to the power of 2. And 7 minus 5 is n to the power of 2. Okay, do you see, guys, it's not that hard. Just know your rules. Okay, over here you can see now we're going to mix up multiplying, dividing, or whatever, and adding and subtracting. Okay, because here we are adding two terms and we are also dividing. So now it is incredibly important for you to know your rules. So remember, guys, always if you see a line, a division line, whatever happens at the top of the line, if there is a plus or a minus of terms, you must first do that. And it also counts for the bottom terms. Okay. Then it actually means that this is in brackets. Even if the brackets are not given, this is in brackets. You have to do what's on top first and at the bottom, and then you can divide. Okay. So let's see. What is our rules if we add terms, guys? This is now from the previous lesson. The rule says, first of all, your exponents must be the same in order to add, and your terms, your letters must be the same. Okay, we have p to the power of 3. There we have the same. Then we have q squared. There we also have q squared. So we can add this. But it says when we add it, then the exponent is going to stay the same. And we're only going to add or subtract the coefficient. So 12 plus 6 is 18. Guys, this is why it's so important to know your rules. Now we're going to divide that with 6pq, and then we can simplify it further. So 18 divided by 6 is 3. Now when we divide algebraic terms and the base is the same, we minus the exponents, and 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 minus 1 is 0, or no, 1. Okay, so that is your answer. Over here we have the same thing. We have to know our different rules, and again the order is very important because we have to do the brackets first. Now we have an x squared and x squared, so we can add these two because the terms are the same as well as the exponents. The rule says my exponent is going to stay the same. Okay, and 5 plus 7 is 12. And then I'm going to multiply it with that term. Okay, so I multiply my coefficients. 7 times 12 is 84. And I'm going to multiply my terms. We have the same base, which says then we have to add the exponents, and 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, guys, I will put up your homework. Please send it to me before tomorrow morning, and I'm not going to send you any work tomorrow. We're not going to do a lesson because it's technically a public holiday. So have a blessed weekend, enjoy it, and get some rest.